When you hear the name Julius Caesar, you think of power, betrayal, and the Ides of March. But the story rarely told is how his childhood shaped him into a man Rome would fear and follow. Caesar wasn't born into absolute power. He came from an old noble family, but they had little wealth. As a boy, he grew up watching Rome tear itself apart in brutal civil wars. He learned early that politics was not about honor, it was about survival. Then came tragedy. At just 16 years old, his father died suddenly, leaving Caesar the head of his family. Overnight, he was burdened with responsibility beyond his years. But worse was still to come. The dictator Sulla rose to power, determined to crush Caesar's relatives who were tied to his enemy, Marius. Sulla gave young Caesar an ultimatum: divorce your wife, Cornelia, or lose everything. Caesar refused. For that defiance, his property was seized, his priesthood stripped away, and soldiers were sent to kill him. Picture this: a teenager running through Rome's back alleys, hiding in villages, relying on strangers for safety. Every knock at the door could have been the end. It was in those terrifying nights that Caesar made a silent vow that if he survived, he would never bow to another man again. Sulla eventually spared him, but with chilling words: "In this Caesar, there are many Mariuses." He had seen something dangerous in the boy, a spark of ambition Rome couldn't extinguish. That spark became fire. Later, when pirates captured him, Caesar didn't cower. He mocked them, demanded they raise his ransom because he was worth more, and joked he would return to crucify them. They laughed until he kept his promise. This wasn't arrogance, it was the shadow of his childhood. A boy once powerless, now a man determined never to be weak again. Every battle he fought, every risk he took, every ambition that seemed reckless, it all traced back to those years of fear, loss, and exile. Caesar learned early that Rome respected only strength, and so he became strength itself. That is why Julius Caesar became fearless, not because he was born mighty, but because life left him no other choice. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.